Hey music friends, this is Davi Vasc. I'm a music composer for games, and today we're listening to music from a new game that I've never heard music from before. It's Wuthering Waves, and the track is the Vasc Sovereign Boss theme. I think I've heard of this game. Isn't that one of those gacha games? But I've never even seen it. I don't even know what it looks like. So this is exciting. Let's go. Oh, synth. Okay. Oh! A dance beat. I don't know why. I think I was expecting something orchestral. Oh. Guitars. Man. Look at this. There's some disturbing cuts and edits to the song. It's so disorienting. This is a multi-phase theme, by the way. This is first phase. Man, a lot of rhythm. Wow. Wow, it's building up, it's building up. Hold up. Before we go to what I think is the climax of this phase, it seems like they are deliberately using synths, weird sound design in a disturbing way. Like there's these alien sounds, these abrupt cuts, these weird build-ups, and deliberately just like disorienting composition techniques here. I was honestly, I don't know why, I was expecting something more orchestral. I think it's because of Genshin, right? Genshin Impact is the reference that I have for these kinds of games. I think this is like in the same realm of game, right? Man, very interesting. There's guitars, and there's not much in the realm of harmony, which again contributes to what I said before about the disorienting, unsettling kind of mood that this is setting here. Because they're just holding one note. For the most part, they're just holding this. You expect the song to go somewhere, you expect the song to show you something else, some emotion, but it doesn't. Like, it's just this stone-faced, sustained bass, relentless, emotionless synth instruments, like these electronic instruments that they are already using here, already give us a sense of something robotic and inhuman. This sustained bass contributes even more to that because it sounds unemotional, right? Inhuman. I wonder if the boss, you know, the name of the boss is False Sovereign. I wonder if the boss is inhuman in some kind of way. It seems like they're trying to portray something other than human. I don't know if it's a robot or if it's like an alien or something, but this is inhuman music. This is music that is deliberately composed to be unrelatable to humans. Listen to the sustaining bass. The bass is not actually like holding this, it's doing like a bass line, a quick bass line, but the basic chord, like harmonically, is just this. It doesn't move from this. And there's guitars, man, can you hear the cuts? The cuts, they almost sound like glitches. This makes me think the boss might be robotic. Now there's chords. This part has chords. There's different chords. Ominous, haunting chords. Yeah, and this is so weird, right? Just percussion, no harmony, like weird patterns of percussion is meant to unsettle you. Wow, that's so weird. Oh, and we're about to go into second phase. Just something I'm gonna show you before we go to second phase. That last part there felt more human. There was a semblance of humanity there, a little bit of harmony and melody on the guitars. Let me show you this harmony. Check out the harmony, guys. It's different from everything that came before in the song. That's really cool. And I feel like he did something similar to something that I talked about recently in one of the Undertale songs. It's like the harmony starvation technique, right? He goes the whole song, at least up until this point, with no harmony, just holding this. It makes you hunger for harmony, some emotion, some change, some movement. And when he finally gives you that movement, that harmony, it hits so much harder. And the choice of chords here is very interesting. There's almost like a Middle Eastern feel to this. Can you feel it? Right? Very imposing sequence of chords, intimidating. The first one is a tense chord, very appropriate for a boss battle. The second chord is very interesting. It appears a lot in Middle Eastern music. There's that kind of deserty feel to it, but it's a chord that it's not even supposed to be here in the key. It doesn't belong in the key. It was a chord put here specifically for this kind of imposing, intimidating, ominous feel. You can see it's a happy chord, like on the surface, technically a happy chord, but if you look deep into it, there's like some omitted notes that create this disturbing interval here. So it's a low-key, ominous chord. Very interesting choice of chords. But now we're going to go to second phase. Oh, orchestra. Wait. I could hear little hints of Middle Eastern there at the beginning. Oh, this is super disturbing. They're using like clashing notes on the choir. Whoa, whispers. Wow, that is so. Ooh, amazing. Hold up, I have to go back on this. This is such a cool combo. Super fast dance beat with a whisper. That is so scary. Like the fast dance beat gives you a sensation of urgency and action, and the whisper just scares the crap out of you. We had a female voice in first phase, but in first phase it was more melodic, right? It was more lyrical. Now we have a female voice whispering. I wonder if the false sovereign is female. Is the false sovereign whispering in my ear right now? That makes me feel uncomfortable. And listen to this beginning. Sounds Middle Eastern, right? Man, I keep comparing this game to Genshin because it's the only frame of reference that I have. Genshin was really good at creating these fantasy cultures and attributing real world music to these cultures, right? In Genshin, there's a Middle Eastern equivalent nation there in the game, and they make a super good job of making Middle Eastern sounding fantasy-like music for that region, right? I wonder if it's the same here, because I can hear clear signs of Middle Eastern music. Listen to the strings. And now the orchestra is finally here, right? That's cool. Super fast. And the choir, of course, as I always say, choirs are an immediate increase in the stakes, right? They make everything more important. Really nice melody. Wow. And interestingly enough, it's in the same key as first phase. Guitar's back. They're building up. Oh! This is insane, bro. I feel like they did the harmony starvation technique again. Most of the second phase, not all of it, but most of it was holding this sad chord here. Just holding the sad chord, making you crave that movement. And when it comes, man, they just open the floodgates of course. There's so many chord changes and movement in this part here. Amazing, amazing chords, amazing counterpoint. Let me go back to this part. Yeah, they're holding the sad chord, making you crave that movement. When it finally comes, man, it's so much, so many chords. It's like overflowing with emotion, with intensity. Listen. Amazing. There's even there's so many chords. They really open the floodgates of intensity, like they want to overwhelm you with intensity in this part. There's even a chromatic descent here, which is something really tricky to do harmonically. Chromatic in music means that you're using adjacent keys, you're using adjacent notes in the piano here that you're really not supposed to be able to use. When you're composing a song in a key, there's like certain notes you're allowed to use, and when you go chromatic mode, it's like you're breaking these limitations of key and you're using all the notes that you want. I bought the whole piano, I'm gonna use all the notes in the piano. That's what chromatic means. It's very tricky to figure that out harmonically and make it sound good. I'm gonna show you this chromatic part. I'm actually gonna show you the whole bass line for this intense part because it's so much beautiful movement in the bass, and the bass is also going to highlight the chromatic part. Check this out. Yeah, I can't show you all the chords here because there's literally over 10 chords, but when I highlight the bass, you're gonna be able to see the upward movement that he's doing to create excitement, the chromatic descent to create a sensation of desperation and urgency. Check this out. Pay attention to the movement in the bass. He's building up, right? Starving you of that movement that you crave, and then wait for it. Look at the bass, beautiful bass, so diverse. Did you see that, man? Did you see that? The highlights from here are this part where he goes, and then he does this little raise that has such a sense of heroism and excitement. This one, right? Such urgency, tension. And then the chromatic raise that I talked about, that is something very tricky, very difficult to do when he does this. Doesn't this have like a sense of urgency? It's like you're falling. Amazing part. And the Middle Eastern melodies again. Guitars. Man, I love this combo of dance beat, intense dance beat with the orchestra, choir. And now they're holding They ended the song by holding the sad chord that they were holding before. Man, what an intense boss fight. I'm really curious about who this false sovereign guy is. This video was suggested on Patreon by Sacred. Hooray, Sacred. And hey, if you have a track that is important to you from a game that you love, do like Sacred did. Get on Patreon. Share that track with me over there so that I can share it with the world. And remember, whenever you're ready to spread your wings and go on a music journey again, I'll see you there.